Hi, this is James Cook, and I'm one of the coordinators of Midcoast Maine Indivisible. We are an action group dedicated to resisting the Trump agenda, particularly as it's carried out by members of Congress in the state of Maine. So this is an update, an action update for the week of April 2nd, 2017. The first thing we'd like to point out is that every Tuesday, each and every Tuesday, there's a group that leaves. It meets in Camden at 12:30, and it drives up to Augusta to get there at 1:30 to meet with Senator Susan Collins' staff. If you are interested in joining this group, just contact Pete Kalajian. His number is 207-975-0944. So that's the first thing you can do. Really simple if you have your Tuesdays free. If you don't have your Tuesdays free, don't worry about that, because this upcoming Saturday, April 8th at 11 a.m., meet in the Camden Village Green, where we are going to sing I Can't Keep Quiet, which is a song written by Milk for these times in which we cannot keep quiet. Your voice is needed. Come join us. We'll have sheet music, and we'd love to hear you. This is a sing-in protest. Coming soon, Saturday, April 15th from 2 to 4 p.m. down in Thomaston, we're going to have a tax march. Now, what is a tax march? It is a march to ask Donald Trump to demand that President Donald Trump do what every other modern president has done, which is to release his tax returns. What is he hiding? 2 to 4 p.m. downtown Thomaston. Come and see us there. On Thursday, April 20th, we are having a Susan Collins listening town hall. This listening town hall is a chance for her to come and listen to the people of Midcoast Maine. Now, we have been asking for 72 days for Senator Collins to identify a day in her schedule when she could have a listening town hall. And unfortunately, she and her staff have either refused to respond to us or have rejected any notion of any town hall for the entire Midcoast Maine region. We don't think that's acceptable, and after waiting 72 days, we've gone ahead and we've scheduled a date. That's Thursday, April 20th, 6:30 p.m. at Watts Hall in Thomaston. Please be there if you can. And then on Saturday, April 22nd, just 2 days after that, this is not our action, but it's a national action. It's a March for Science. And this is simply saying we should use empirical observation to drive our policy. The nearest local march is going to be at 10 a.m. in Portland. And look up marchforscience.com to find information on that. Look up peoplesclimate.org to look for the next action, which is Saturday, April 29th. This is a People's Climate March, and again, it's a national march, but we have a local affiliate march. It's up in Augusta, Maine, and it's being organized by folks up there, and we want to support that, just as we hope that people from Augusta come and support our actions. Now, we don't just have those actions, we have those protests, we have daily things that you can do, and this week there are 4 things you can do, 4 calls you can make to your senator or to your representative. We're really targeting our senators this week. One regards a past action, S.J.Res 34, which was a bill that, thank goodness, Senator Angus King voted against, but Senator Susan Collins voted for. And this bill allows internet service providers, these corporations, to sell your personal browsing history to the highest bidder. Think about that. Think about the web pages you go to. Do you want that to be known by the whole world? Is it anyone else's business? I don't think so, and I know you don't either. So please, call Senator Susan Collins. I'll give you a number that you can call Senator Susan Collins at. You can call her Augusta number, which is the closest we have, about an hour away, 207-622-8414. Here's the second call to make. H.R. 1430. Now, this is a House bill, but it's already passed the House, and it's going up to the Senate. It's called the Open and Honest New EPA Science Treatment Act, but that's a deceitful title, because what it really does is it prevents findings from large research studies that are expensive and can't be reproduced, or traditionally published peer-reviewed scientific research that isn't in an open access journal from being used by the EPA. This is peer-reviewed research, it's high-quality research, it's some of the best research, But this honest act, quote unquote, would forbid the EPA from using that to create new regulations to protect us from pollution, from toxins that kill. So please call both Senator Susan Collins and Senator Angus King. So Susan Collins again, 207-622-8414. Angus King, call in Augusta at 622-8292 and ask them to vote no on this bill when it comes up for a vote. Another bill that's coming up, S.274, it's a Senate bill, and it's a bill that nullifies the effect of these executive orders that Donald Trump has put forward to ban people from certain countries from coming into this nation, even if those people have been thoroughly vetted and are no threat. If you believe that's an un-American kind of activity representing an un-American value, then please call Senator Collins' office. And you don't need to call Senator King's office because he's already co-sponsored this bill. This bill that would overturn and reject those executive orders. But Senator Collins hasn't done that. And it's important for us to ask why. Why would Senator Collins reject this bill that would stop those executive orders? If that's something that troubles you, don't let it sit inside. Call. Senator Collins' number again, 622-8414. And finally, this is Neil Gorsuch week. Someone at some point is going to call this vote for the Supreme Court. This is a stolen Supreme Court seat, as you and I both know. The Republicans refused to seat anyone that Barack Obama nominated. He could have nominated the Pope, and still the Republicans would have said no. Neil Gorsuch is also someone, as you know, who tends to privilege the profit margins of authority figures, large corporations, big government, over small people. Actually ruled that a truck driver who was in danger of freezing to death could be fired for leaving his truck in the middle of a snowstorm when freezing to death. If you think that is someone who doesn't belong on the Supreme Court to decide issues that matter in your life, please call both Senators Angus King and Susan Collins, because both are on the fence. Both have indicated they may vote for this man to sit for the rest of his life, for decades. He's a relatively young guy on the Supreme Court. If you have a problem with that, make a call. Senator Collins again, 622-8414 for an Augusta office. And also Senator Angus King, Augusta office, 622-8292. Now, if you can't get through to Senator King or Senator Collins at those offices, visit us on the web at midcoastindivisible.wordpress.com, and we've got loads of telephone numbers that you can call for all their offices, because frankly there are so many people who are so upset at the unrepresentative behavior of our senators in Maine that they're getting a lot of calls. And Senator Collins has indicated that that's a problem, that she's getting so many calls. She's indicated that she would like people to stop calling, and she actually asked for a Maine group for their help in trying to stop those calls. But if you believe in representative democracy, you know that phone calls are what makes the difference. Phone calls are your right. In the First Amendment, you are not only guaranteed freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, but you are guaranteed the right to assemble and peaceably petition for redress of grievance. And that's what calling your member of Congress is all about. That's what Indivisible is all about. We are sincere. We are not paid activists. We're volunteers. We're doing this because we care. I know you care. And if you get together with the 800 people who are part of our group, and each one of us calls this week, we can make a big, huge, immense difference in what happens at the national level. Together we can resist callousness. Together we can resist fascism, authoritarianism. We can resist sexism. We can resist the anti-LGBT movements that are going on, and we can stand up for justice. We can stand up for freedom. We can stand up for the idea that communities and nations are about caring and extending that circle of inclusion. Take part in that action. Make those calls. Show up for these events that we've talked about, and you can be part of the difference. And then 20 years from now, when your child or your grandchild asks, what did you do? You can be proud and you can say, yes, I did something. I stood up. I hope to see you at these events. I hope to hear that you made that call. Thanks again. This is Actions for the week of April 2nd, 2017. Best of luck out there.